Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is a scene for the Kingdom of the Southern Gate. So um, a bit of time has passed uh, as the the party has been um, making arrangements and working on the delicate situations of calling together a meeting with the leader of these magi that have cursed their ally, the courtless Phoenix Draconic Tolia Petrova, who a lot of player characters have a vested interest in. And so the venue has been chosen. The club culture is going to host uh, this basically this joining of supernatural populations. And the characters are essentially gathered already, the player characters, with in the main dance hall part of it, the main part of the club, which has been set with seating and food and stuff like that. And they're given time to kind of talk, to powwow, to put their heads together, and that's where we're going to open our scene. Sam is about running around, the man who runs culture. So if anybody needs anything or wants to double check with him on anything, they can. This is where we open our scene. So, what are your characters doing?
Rocky's perusing the food.
Okay. It's fairly. It's just fairly common kind of meeting, early supper kind of food, pasta salads and, little herbed chicken medallions and, potatoes, stuff like that.
She's going to be sniffing everything and putting a little bit of stuff on her plate that doesn't make her stomach turn.
The other thing that Rocky would notice is that she's got like the teeniest, itty bittiest little bump. Like she's starting to show just a teeny bit.
At less than a month? Oh boy.
Just a teeny bit.
Boxes is also perusing the food. She doesn't go. She doesn't just like walk down the tables or whatever grabbing food. She's at one end of the table, and all of a sudden she's on the other side, and she's just kind of drifting back and forth, grabbing food, just kind of grabbing what seems to be random, collections of food and just toting them off to a table to eat them happily. And she does have the big fuck you jacks on her back, so she is obviously the muscle.
All right. Fiona, for her part, what she's going to do is she's going to start yoinking people from these different spots and starting to herd them like cats to an area so that way they can discuss the best entrance strategy. They'll sit down. I assume that there's like a circular table or some shit. Mm-hmm. Like a big ass circular table in the center of the room.
Yes.
Awesome. You're gonna be sat down on one side of that. And, Fiona's gonna look to. Is Xavier there yet or no?
No, but this woman's here though. We're doing this.
Cool.
For reasons. I love you.
Does Fiona know who the fuck this is?
No, but she's there. We can definitely have this altercation.
All right, yes. So she's gonna be like, all right, guys. So we need to hash out our plan for. I'm sorry, I don't think we've met before.
Hey, my name is Jasmine, and Xavier asked me to fill in for him because he said he was too emotionally invested in the outcome of this.
Okay. All right. Are you appraised of the situation? Oh,
He gave me a full briefing. He said that, in his words, I quote, "I will eat them."
all right, that's fair.
I will roll myself to future.
Oh, you better.
Well, let's
With
do
love.
do this. He's probably going to win because he's a fairist.
May the dice be with you.
Yeah.
Dice roll 1, yeah?
Dice roll a 1.
Yes, please.
That would be spending a point of glamour. Rolling.
Yeah. This.
Yeah.
Spinelli, I can't find you. Shoot me a PM. I gotta tell you something.
Gotcha.
Well, no successes.
2 successes.
So I'm just saying, something that she said seems sus as fuck.
Yeah, Fiona's going to narrow her eyes. You sure about that, Miss Bright?
Let's put it this way. Xavier is a very hard person to read sometimes, and he asked me to be more or less secretive about what I revealed about him, and about his current ties to the situation. So I apologize if I seem aloof or if I'm hiding something, because I'll tell you right here and now that I am.
Okay. That's fair. I don't know what kind of arrangement you two have, but I certainly hope that it won't get in the way of this.
I trust that it won't.
All right. So they'll be here at any point now. Oh my God, Voxes! Why the fuck do you have the axe here?
She just looks up because I wasn't, and then she goes back to eating her food.
Oh, sorry.
She said because I wasn't told to leave it at the door.
You should probably like not have that on you. This is kind of like this is diplomacy.
She tilts.
Observing hospitality right now.
She just tilts her head like 90 degrees to the side and then shrugs.
You an elemental anyway. You don't even need a weapon.
She kind of does a little half pound and says, "But it looks cool." Like really softly into her breath as she drifts away to put it up somewhere.
I mean, girl, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. It's majestic AF.
So what is Cassandra doing?
She is sitting at this table, probably with like a couple chairs empty beside her, having a conversation with a doll who doesn't appear to be talking back.
So Fiona's finally gonna look at
She wants all the tea spilled. She wants to know every detail of what the fuck is going on here.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Milo, you can hear the doll talking.
Oh, question. I do want to throw that out this side thing. Cassandra and Fiona have never actually met, have they?
They didn't meet, like, quote unquote, but they were in that one scene.
Okay,
together.
cool. Yeah, so Fiona's going to look over at Cassandra and be like, and I've seen you exactly one time, and who are you?
And she'll like pause and look at Fiona, and then look a little confused and look back to Amina. Who did I say I was again? Cassandra. That's what I'm calling myself.
She'll nod. The doll doesn't move, but the doll you move. And actually, again, Milo sees the doll move.
Okay. Fiona will say, okay.
Milo.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, Fiona was just going to say, well then, Cassandra, it's good to meet you. I'm Fiona Stormborn of the Summer Court.
We have met, though.
Not officially. It would probably be a good idea to get to know your name before this.
Oh, I understand. It hadn't happened for you. It's very confusing. And it's, and she'll look over at Milo and be like, it's a little bit distracting.
Milo is kind of following Rocky around, like he's her little shadow. And he will glance shyly at Cassandra and the doll every few minutes.
Rocky sits her
He brought a
down,
lot of
kinda pulls her
friends.
shirt out, puffs it up some.
Could you repeat what Cassandra said, please?
Oh, sorry, referring to Milo. He brought a lot of friends.
He tends to do that.
Sam will stick his head out from the back, and he'll say, just to let you know, the contingent has arrived. They're getting out of their cars and powwowing for the moment. He'll kind of give Milo a quick smile and kind of bite his lip and then go back to doing his job.
Milo will blow him a quick kiss before he leaves.
Jasmine will look to Fiona. Should things go south, I trust you can be the muscle.
Myself and Boxus are summer court. Can definitely help get everyone out.
I don't foresee this going that way, primarily because I think that this can be friendly and cordial without too much blood spilled. Or any blood spilled, preferably.
Yeah, it's always good to be prepared.
I just want to make sure because this is technically in your jurisdiction now since you are Summer, but I didn't want to overstep or assume.
Nah, I got you. Well, she'll squint and say, I can tell that you have a little bit of spring on you. So, if you know the situation, I figure you'd be a smooth talker, right?
She will give you a playful wink. You know it.
All right, then. Figure we can tag team this. Well, all of us can.
I'm sure everybody will have a part to play.
Yep. Remember, everyone, strong front. Strong, united front. As she looks at Cassandra, who is probably talking to the doll.
And honestly, I just hope these people are nice, you know? I don't like talking to mean people.
Dead people are normally nice.
Do you think I should go talk to them? They seem friendly.
Which one's the dead people?
Yes.
After this talk, we should go talk to the dead people.
All
She
right. And she looks back up at Fiona, like, oh, I'm sorry. Did I miss something?
For a note, by the way, a housekeeping note, Rose might already be in the scene, sitting at the table, kind of just doing Rose things. I don't want to decide what she's doing. But instead of having her walk in when it would be rude as fuck to, I'm basically going to go along and say that she's here, just her player isn't here. She's going to be along very shortly, so. But just so you guys are aware, Rose is in the scene. She is here. She's being quiet, basically. So.
Sounds good.
That being said, the doors to the club are opened, and the first thing that strikes you is that the air in the room fills with the atmosphere of almost being in like a church or a place of power. And it's not unsettling, it's actually a little bit comforting. It's just very significant. Two men will walk in. One of them seems to be a middle-aged African-American man, bald head, wearing basically a button-up shirt, black slacks, black clothing, a pair of sunglasses, and a younger man who appears to be of probably Creole heritage, lighter-skinned, but African-American as well. Kind of walks forward too. Behind them, walking with such grace it almost seems as though she's floating, is a queen of a woman. She is elegance personified. She has skin the color of coffee. Her eyes are piercing honey brown. She's wearing very traditional African garb or Caribbean garb in colors of white and purple. Her head is held high, her chin up. She doesn't look cold or cruel, she just looks very confident. And it's very hard not to find yourself impressed by her presence. She will basically, with no fuss, with no nothing, with no posturing, she will go to a point in the table, look at the lot of you, nod her head, and sit down. She lowers herself into this chair, almost as though it's a throne she's sitting upon, and folds her hands in front of her as the two men sit on either side of her.
Rocky will give her a similar nod and take her seat.
Out of character, we know who this woman is already, right? And we all know one another is.
Yes, they know that she is. They know that she is the. She is known as the Mother of Cemetery.
Okay.
And her name is Celeste Ledois. Madame Ledois is what most people would call her. You want to fucking risk her first name? We'll see what happens.
No, that's my next question was going to be what would be the proper term to use for her if I knew of that. Madame Ledois?
Yeah, Madame Ledois is, or Mother Ledois. But
okay. Mother is probably a bit too.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine.
Okay. I don't know about anyone else, but Mother seems a bit too familiar.
And she's just waiting.
Milo's gonna gasp when she sits down and go, oh, "She's pretty."
Oh my god, so cute.
Never turned. I don't want to cut you off, Tim, since you were literally in the middle of saying something.
Oh, me?
Yeah. I don't want to talk.
Oh,
I don't want to talk with you.
Okay. All Fiona was going to say as Ledois sits down is, Madame Ledois, we very much appreciate you coming down to listen to some of our requests. We understand that this is a very tense situation, so we appreciate the receptiveness of the olive branch that we have extended to you.
She'll nod her head. Your company.
Go ahead.
Your company includes many women. It surprises me. No less, they let a woman of color speak. I am impressed.
You will see Jasmine raise an eyebrow like, that's news. To better facilitate a meeting, I believe that we should all take a time to introduce ourselves to avoid referring to each other as he or she or it, just out of respect. Jasmine will say, since I was so bold to request such a thing, my name is Jasmine Bright. I work in accordance with the spring, and I am here to represent the accused party.
She'll nod and she'll look at Voxus.
Voxus just kind of drifts her head from side to side as she just says very breathfully, "My name is Voxus of the Summer." And then she just kind of continues eating.
She'll look to Milo. Her lips purse a little bit as though she's calculating and judging that he's a man.
He'll look at her and smile shyly and go, I'm Milo Gray, Dr. Milo Gray, and he'll blush.
She also looks at the air around him, and she notices that he notices that she seems to look at someone who basically kind of confirms that he's okay people, and passes her eyes to Cassandra.
I have called myself Cassandra. This is Amina, and she holds up the doll. We both think you're very lovely, like clover and honey.
Thank you, Chad. And thank you, Amina. She will nod at her.
One thing I would like to do, Johnny,
Mhm.
I would like to roll my clarity. Per rules, I get to see if anything magical is afoot.
Hey, girl.
He's going down that canning.
Yeah. So,
While you do that, can the other two introduce himself, by the way?
sorry.
Okay, no, it's fine. Rocky! She looks at Rocky.
Rocky looks to her and says, I am Rocky Barnes of the Autumn.
She looks as though she's looking at Rocky and trying to figure something out. Not rudely, but she's genuinely trying to figure something out. And she'll lean over to the bald, darker man, and they say something between each other in Krill. And she'll kind of lean back, and she's trying to figure something out about Rocky. That's very clear.
I suppose Claire would be, I am of the autumn and spring, and she's gestured towards Rose. This is Rose. Rose Black. She is a member of the autumn and winter.
The man will clear his throat, and he'll say, with all due respect, we are trying to figure out if you are a child. We do not feel that this is
No.
an appropriate venue for children. He's genuinely being respectful about that, but they are actually trying to figure that out. They don't feel this is appropriate for a child.
I've been alive for 24 years. I'm hoping I am past being a child.
They'll lean into each other again and very softly speaking Creole, and she'll nod and she'll say, "Pardon, I hope that my youth will stay with me as long as yours has. You are quite lovely." And she'll look at Fiona.
Fiona Stormborn of the summer. And she will incline her head to the madam.
This is Andre. He is my husband and a Babylon. This is my assistant, Tomas.
She will incline her head to both of them. Not quite as deeply as the madam, but still enough to indicate respect. Just, you know, they're not the focal point of the room right now.
Yeah, they'll nod at her.
Polite nod. Also, that is 4 successes on the cannon.
So she basically has the standard protection magics up, things like that. She also seems to have a magic going that lets her know if the dead are around. She has the ability to sense the dead. She also has something up to sense if people are being mistruthful with her or lying to her.
Okay, so basically Fate 1, Death Shielding, and Death Sight.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Are there any other supernatural beings beside her?
Both of those men are magi as well. Okay. They have pretty much the same thing up, except she's the only one who has the lying one up. There are also a couple of ghosts hanging about, which is natural on Cassandra and Mila.
Okay. Jasmine will sort of respectfully nod towards the deceased.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost looks like she's nodding in thin air, but she inclines her head out of respect. And then she will turn her gaze back to the good Madame Ledois. May I be the first to express my my deep sadness that this meeting even had to take place. I regret that one of our own acted in a way that was less than befitting, and the slight that was shown is indeed grave. And I thank you for your ability to hear what we have to say, if at all. I recognize that Patrolla was definitely in the wrong.
Do you understand that Petrova, though he thinks he's not going to die. He is merely dying, and he will, for eternity. is too good for him. For what he would have done to my boys. For the selfishness that he showed. Death is a privilege. He brought this upon himself. He showed no thought to putting the lives of others at risk for his own selfish gain. So he will rot in his skin for all time.
Madam Woodrow, though I do not excuse his actions, nor do I speak to reprimand his actions or to say that he in any shape, way, or fashion should be given anything. However, I will say that what do you, Madam Woodrow, know of those that have our kind?
I know what I know, and it is all I wish to know. I know enough not to call you enemy, but I also know enough to be wary of my friends. Among your kind.
It is a daily struggle for each of us to come to terms with that which we are. Escaping the place that once held us is no easy feat. Those changes and those of us that have escaped our prison has left very, very, very deep scars, some of which no one would be able to measure.
Heather, please mute.
And thusly, regaining what semblance we have of ourselves is often wrought with its own specific challenges. Has anything ever been taken from you that you would readily give your life for?
Of course.
So,
We do
continue.
the power I have, or end up where I have, without even letting go of those things. And had Petrova's plan come to fruition, I may have actually been in that position. I do not employ nor truck with foot soldiers. These are my family. They are my blood. They may not have come from my womb, but I have seen their tears and their pain and their struggle. I have seen them take to tombstones disguised as waves to get here. And for his own selfish means, he would use them like tools, like animals.
Allow me, Madam Woodrow, if I may.
She'll give a head gesture of us, like, go.
There was If there was a way, no, there is a. Oh yeah, definitely. I have no qualms. Um, if there is a way, people here often speak of devils and gods and evil as boogeymen, things that they cannot see, things that if they pray and if they attend Sunday Mass, if they attend services, recite their their hymns, if they count their rosaries, that their sins will be forgiven. What if I told you that the prison in which she looks to her left and looks to her right, uh, what if the hell, what if hell was actually something that replayed countless times for someone else's amusement? What if I told you that those vices, those inklings, those meanings held each of us so deeply, so closely that we often forgot what it was to be who we are? What I'm trying to explain is that although flawed, wanting and being in a position where one has to broker for their own sanity, broker for their reason to exist, broker for the not only past lives but future lives, is often a trial that leaves many broken, ashamed, dead, or wanting death, or going very quickly back to the hell that they tried to escape.
That's speaking from a personal place.
I am speaking of an experience that is not something that can easily be forgotten. What I'm saying is that the emotions that we all carry and the feelings of camaraderie, union, togetherness, and wanting to simply survive are not held by only you, but us as well. Some dangers I am truly thankful you will never ever experience.
I see that despite my own opinion, that Petrova is nothing but a creature of contempt. He has some allies in his corner. There must be a reason.
When contempt, those words, the person that we look to accuse oftentimes, one person's shadow, dirt, outcast is another person's savior. It's the itches on to speak and so readily give judgment from either side, I believe, is a very easy thing to miss when the pain we all suffer is so very real. It's such a real and true reality.
She will look to some of the others at the table to see what they have to say.
Rocky definitely looks like she wants to say something.
She'll look to her and tilt her head, like, go on.
I know what he did is horrific. Placing things so that your family is in danger. I don't forgive that action. But if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have my son. So I know that there is a good side to him. In an eternity of suffering within his body, he's lost his family already. An eternity longer is just needless cruelty.
You reap what you sow.
Yes, and what he was reaping wasn't an eternity of trouble.
And you're fit to judge what he was reaping?
He was reaping to kill people that were trouble for him using other people. Like I said, I don't condone what he did. But most of the country's leaders have done the same. Why have you not cursed upon them?
I'm still lost as to what you want from me. I'm trying. I genuinely am. She'll shake her head lightly. She's actually trying to be polite. She's not trying to be a facetious bitch.
What I am asking very boldly, Madam LeBlanc, is for you to lift the curse that has been placed upon Petrova.
I have literally no reason to do this.
We had a present for you. We still have it? Or will we have it?
We would not come so boldly without first having something to offer.
And assuming that is if that is the cue, Fiona will very silently stand up and start to prepare the vessel.
Hooray!
Voxus will be helping.
You know, you guys
Okay, yeah, Voxus.
have all but beat the shit out of this guy over the course of days, weeks now, turning into it.
I enjoyed every minute of it. And
Oh, yeah.
And he's still cursing up a storm.
Damn, this is like, bruh. This guy has fucking Resolve 5, Composure 4. Shit.
I mean,
So-
he's still being a racist cunt.
If he's still cursing, Voxus will just reach in his mouth, grab his tongue, and then she'll just lean in really close to his ear and say, "If you don't stop, I'll ask her if I can take your tongue." And she just says it very sweetly and just very, very politely.
I mean, he's going to call you a blood traitor and filth and all manner of sorts of things in that vein.
Tagging him.
Well,
All right, so what I'm going to do, this is going to take a minute because I need to take 2 turns to do it, but I'm going to spend 2 glamour, an armor of elements fury on my hand that's holding his tongue.
Or like I'm sorry, Voxus does do that. Fiona's going to be like, we aren't here for that.
Okay, so you can probably feel her like gathering the glamour to do it or whatever, and just say something, and just say that.
We are here for that. As Fiona very calmly escorts this man, not too close to Madame Lajoie, probably kind of off to the side where they can very clearly get a good look at him. And she will basically kick him like behind his legs to like make him like kneel.
That's going to release a tirade of him, but that I'm not going to say.
That is fair.
I mean, we have Mama Lajoie here. If she wants to do other things to him, who am I to stop her?
Yep.
We'll look down at her.
Fiona will say.
I'm sorry, that way.
Oh, sorry. Me go ahead, or were you gonna go first?
I was saying she looks down at him. I said he looked down at her. What I meant was she looks down at him.
Okay. Yeah, Fiona will say, Madame Lajoie, we would not presume to ask something of you without first providing some sort of offering. And personally felt that nothing would be more appropriate than the life of someone that you find contemptible for the life of someone that you find contemptible.
I beseech you.
So many beautiful young women here. So many beautiful young women.
Okay.
You know, politics is a fun game. It's a tricky game. You want me to sacrifice. You may not realize you do, but you do. But what are you willing to sacrifice? What is one of you willing to sacrifice for your conviction, for what you believe? I will lift this curse right now. If one of you women is willing to step up and do this the old way, the traditions. I have a son. His name is Armand. One of you step forward as his bride. She'll basically put something on the table. It's a vial, and it has a golden liquid in it. It's yours. But I don't think any of you will.
May I offer something else?
Of course, because you don't have conviction in this matter. And none of you are willing to actually do what it takes.
I'm willing to offer myself, my existence, everything that is me, on the name of Jasmine will swallow hard. I will offer to go back to the hell that I escaped on the promise that this wrong will never cross you ever again.
Let us be real. We both know that wouldn't be a sacrifice for you.
It would. It would. For the fact that I love something more than life itself.
She looks as though she wants to hear others. Like she's not denying you, but she's not accepting it right now.
Okay. Fiona stands up lets the man go, kneels down on one knee, and says, Madame Ledois, I do not know how familiar you are with our people, but my role with all of us is to risk myself so that way others do not have to. For that, by the way, everything that she is saying is the truth, at least according to her. To that end, I am willing to trade blood for blood. I do not believe that I am someone that is truly contemptible. However, if I have to die so that way someone greater someone more able to do for us, then I will happily take that chance. Everything she just said was the absolute fucking truth.
She rolls her eyes and says, you realize you insult me by being willing to die instead of marry my son, correct? Sit down, girl. And she'll look away.
Is your son kind, or is he sad?
Can a man not be kind and sad?
Perhaps. I haven't met one yet.
She'll think for a moment. My son is a good man.
And she'll turn to Amina, just kind of like, she's not going to say anything. She's going to just exchange a glance with her doll and be like, anything here could not be as horrible as what it was there. Although I do not have any reason to doubt you. I trust you.
Her brow goes up. Her lips purse a little bit.
This body can be done with however your son pleases. I don't know the man, but he seems nice.
She blinks, as though she wasn't actually expecting anyone to take it up. As though she may have been doing that as a test to just see what the group's conviction was.
It would be nice to have a friend. I haven't made one. No, I have. It would be nice to have perhaps a third friend.
She'll
I haven't
blink.
had that many friends before.
Is this truly what you want, girl?
It'd be like having a sleepover every night, wouldn't it? That does sound lovely.
She'll blink. She'll lean over and speak to her fucking husband and Krill, like, oh god, I did not expect this. Oh, fucking God. Oh, hold on. Thank you, Lily, by the way. We're bringing this.
No, this is great.
Oh, fucking God. Hold on. Yeah, they're basically just having, it's a very refined argument. It's a beautiful argument.
She looks down at Amina and is like, perhaps I am not beautiful enough. That's what they said anyway.
Amina says that she'll tell you what they're saying later, but it's not bad, it's just confused.
Oh, that's good.
Like, it seems like this woman did not expect somebody to take it up, and this was just like of conviction to see where your asses stood on what you were going to sacrifice. By the way, that's as much out of game me saying that as in game. I didn't expect one of you people to take this up.
That's hilarious because to Cassandra, this isn't a sacrifice. She's just like, I mean,
fuck.
the
Okay.
Briarwoods did much worse to her.
Yeah,
be
she'll
fun.
just raise her brow and just shake her head gently as if she didn't expect that. Not gonna lie. She will slide the vial over to Cassandra.
So we've met in accord.
She, for fuck all her presence, is the only thing keeping her dignified right now. It's not necessary. She's shocked. She is actually shocked. And she'll nod her head quietly. Cassandra's not exactly what she expected in a daughter-in-law. Okay, there we go. But here we are.
Would it be a winter wedding? I've never been to a wedding before.
She blinks like, oh fuck.
Would Amina be my bridesmaid?
Would you like to meet your husband?
Oh, he's not my husband yet. Unless, oh, is he? Is that how that? Yes, he is. All right then.
You may have the wedding whenever you wish, but you will be married tomorrow. No later than tomorrow. I am giving you this as a show of good faith, because I will send you back if you fail me on this. She'll look at Tomas and wave her hand at him to get him. And he's a part of her contingent anyway. A few minutes later, Tomas will come back with a man that looks like this.
That's not a bad engagement. Just saying.
No, I'm just saying. And he'll kind of come in. He's definitely looking a little shy right now. He does not appear to be lost. He kind of has his hands kind of folded behind his back, and he'll look at this sea of frankly fucking gorgeous women, to be blunt, and Milo, and he'll kind of blink, trying to figure out which one his new wife is, apparently.
Now, what do you think?
She'll kind of tilt her head in like the ghost side of things. He looks nice.
He does.
And he looks a little bit lost right now. He doesn't know which one of you, he wasn't told which one he's marrying. And so he's just kind of like chewing his lip, like he doesn't want to assume that it's Fiona or Jasmine. So he'll chew his lip, look at Fiona and Jasmine, and like really look at them, and he'll look away, and he'll look at Rose, and he'll look away, like quickly actually. Same with Rocky.
When he looks at Rocky, she's gonna thumb over towards Cassandra.
Okay. Yeah, his eyes started to go towards Voxus, but then his brain connected what she did, and he'll look at Cassandra, and he'll
unabashedly just staring at him like with her normal crazy eyes.
Yeah, he'll just watch her for a moment. Take a deep breath, and he'll nod.
May I see your hands?
He'll walk over to her, and he'll offer his hands to her. Palms
She'll
up.
take one of them and look at his palms. There's divination, perhaps.
Yeah, you can if you want.
Would that be intelligence divination or wits divination?
Wits divination.
It's both the same. It's the same dice pool. One success. Oh no! Wait, I have a specialty. I need to roll one more.
Yes.
That's how specialties work in this
And
game.
you have to re-roll
No.
the 10.
Just one. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Well, in that
Roll the-
case, I'll roll the 10. Nah, same things. Just one.
He has had some sort of a very deep struggle in his life and has recently found footing. She sees a lot of chaos in his mind, but not in the sense of a lack of control or things like that, but a lack of processing. And he's very guarded. He doesn't it seems as though he is an extroverted person who has been pushed into introversion.
Right. She'll trace his palms and then look up at him. I wonder if your mind is like mine.
What do you mean?
Is it filled with thorns? Twisting pathways, darkness and light, shadows, demons, tears.
Mind. My mind is filled with many things, none of which I can pay attention to at any point in time. Bouncing, jumping, running, coursing, flowing through all different thoughts. And every time I try to focus on one, they slip away.
And her grip on his hands tightens like, that's what I see. The mists are like that. The mists are in your mind. That's lovely.
Mind if I sit down? He'll kind of point at the chair that Amina is in. But
You'll have to ask her, Amina.
he'll kind of look at Amina and say, may I sit down? She acquiesces. He's cool.
Right, yeah, she'll pick up Amina. And then kind of whisper to him, I think she likes you.
Oh, that's very nice. She seems very nice. And he'll kind of take her hand, her little doll hand. His mother is a fucking voodoo priestess. He's aware. Okay.
Yes.
And he'll just kind of look back at the group. Oh my lord, I cannot be any more clear about how, like, Celeste and her husband are having a very, very pointed fucking Creole conversation right now. We'll just stop and sit back. Her demeanor has been fluid the entire fucking time. Just Jesus Christ. She'll shake her head. Well, quite a surprise. No, I guess we have a reason to celebrate, don't we?
Indeed.
Maybe this turn of events can help us to solidify our bonds. As she'll purse her lips tighter.
In that case, she will signal to the other dude, the other NPC in the back, guy's name, and ask for drinks and things fit for a celebration.
Okay. And they will bring things forward and bring food forward. She's eating and she's being very tight about it. She's trying to make small talk. She's trying to talk and kind of get in, but the problem is that the development that's happened here is more than she expected. And she's trying to calculate how this is going to play out, how it's going to fall out. Now her son is attached to the Lost. She didn't expect these beings of the Fey world to acquiesce to that request.
You underestimated how crazy my character is.
You underestimated.
And
Before we end,
mhm.
Because I'm that type of petty, I will go out and I will hug the husband, not the husband, the son,
Mhm.
and I will tell him, thank you. You have no idea the gift that you have given us.
I just hope that whatever difficulties, he'll kind of furrow his brow, were between you and my mother today, have been settled. And he'll nod, trying so hard to politics with no points in it.
Your mother seems a lot kinder than the last one I called mother.
Oh, well, I guess you and I will have to talk about that more. And he'll smile at her. He'll take a deep breath. He's actually afraid right now. Rose and Rocky can pick that up. He's very afraid. But it's
You
not
got
that,
fucked up now, son.
yeah, it's not that he didn't commit to this. It's nothing like that. He just didn't expect it, and he's definitely interested to see where this goes. By the way, I'm sorry, actually, since we are wrapping this up, Madame Ledois will ask Fiona to please take out the trash on the white supremacist that is very much annoying the dinner conversation.
Cool. Fiona shall go ahead and do that. And how many dice do I need to roll for clarity?
Just wait.
Well, okay, Voxus is gonna go with and ask if Fiona wants to use her axe. Like, she'll take her axe with.
You know what? Yeah, fuck it. I figure Voxus kind of wants the axe to be used to get that blood on the axe. Yeah, that'll be happening. I want to say it's like...
Still. Sorry.
Yeah, we can do the clarity roll after the scene. Unless you want me to describe unless you want me to describe it.
Please go
Johnny?
ahead. Oh, sorry, I was clarifying.
Okay. Yeah. Take him out to the back.
I need you to make a mage rules clarification for me really quickly. Because I'm sorry.
Okay.
I
am
with
not
the field that are on this contingency right now, if someone were to try to basically take something of someone's, would that be possible? Like collecting a bit of hair, or like nail, or something like that. Like, would that be possible to do with the wards they have on them right now?
All right. So you're asking if it is possible for someone with a death shield to basically have like
a bit of their hair
a piece or something taken from them. Yes.
Thank
However, whether or not it implies a penalty is up to you, because all that shielding prevents is attacks,
Okay.
and stealing is not necessarily an attack.
Okay, just need to know that quickly. There you go. So you take him out back and give him a rather undignified death.
Yes.
Okay. Does
2 dice.
anyone have
Awesome.
anything else they need to do in this?
Nope.
Just ask this guy what his name is. Just ask the guy what his name is.
It's Armand.
How is it spelled?
Armand. Armand Ledois.
Oh, okay, awesome.
My name is Armand Baptiste Ledois.
Gotcha.
Jean Baptiste, I'm sorry, Jean Baptiste Ledois. But whatever, we can spell that later. They'll talk. And they'll get on the same page because you fucking get yourself a husband.
Yeah.
There you go. Does anybody else have anything else they want to do while they have death mages in their presence?
Yes, Roxas is going to offer to dance with every one of them, like even the madam.
She will acquiesce. She is actually a very good dancer.
Yep. And Voxus just chatters away while they're dancing, just talking about every little subject under the sun. Like, she'll go from talking about, oh, the weather was so nice the other day, to talking about how beautiful her dress is, and just she's all over the place.
She will listen to everything you have to say.
Okay, thank you.
So they basically have an evening filled with. By the end of the evening, they're a little more relaxed. Still a little bit suspect of Cassandra and their son's impending tomorrow wedding, apparently. But again, we did not see this coming. That also means that Cassandra is holding essentially the cure to Petrova's dilemma in her hands.
Definitely the one you want holding that. The most responsible one here.
Jasmine will walk up to her and politely ask for it.
Will you give me a ring?
Excuse me?
To trade. I just realized I don't have a ring. Isn't that usually how this...
I don't know, my dear. I've never been married.
Armand will look over to her and he'll gently say, I actually have a ring for you. It probably has to be
lovely.
sized.
In that case, here. And she'll hand over the vial.
Oh my god. Yeah, he'll say, I have my...
She will turn to assembled group. I have to get back to my boss.
She'll nod. This was a one-time arrangement. If he ever threatens the House of Ledois again, I don't think I need to finish that.
She'll look and holding something in her left pocket, she will smile and say, but of course, and continue walking.
She'll look over at Cassandra for a moment, and her look will soften for a second, as though she's trying to kind of maybe process that maybe this isn't a bad thing. That she seems to kind of fit the kind of person Armand is a little bit. And she'll kind of chew her lip for a moment, like the first sign of fucking humanity out of this woman, and kind of her brow will furrow. She's watching Armand and Cassandra talk, basically.
All right, so the priest says he can be here in like 15 minutes. Is that soon enough, or do you want to make arrangements for like tomorrow morning?
I will leave that up to the happy couple, Celeste says. And Armando just kind of looked down at Cassandra like, he'll shrug, like, I gotta call him to work in the morning. He'll nod.
Hang on, I need to look up what the moon phases are currently. Okay, today's a waxing crescent. After the okay. This is doable. 30th is the first. Oh no, tonight is the first quarter apparently. All right. And yeah, Cassandra will take a moment to like try to remember what day it is, and she'll be like, "Would you excuse me for a moment?" And she'll go outside to look at the moon. Be like, I do believe it is an opportune time. The moon agrees with me.
If you wish to marry now, he'll shrug. He'll just. It's like he's on board, but fuck, he kind of doesn't want to be. Like, and he's actually putting in your hands. He'll take a breath and he'll take her hands. It's fine. You pick. You seem to be the one that's got a thing with time. I'm still
Is a good time for decisions.
processing all this. It doesn't mean I don't want to do it, or that I'm not interested. I'm a little overwhelmed right now, and I'm only. He'll kind of lean in to where he's speaking like just to Cassandra. He'll say, "I'm only mortal. I'm not like you. I'm not like my mama. I'm just." I told my mama I wanted her to arrange my marriage because I was getting tired of looking. I didn't expect it to turn out like this. And it's not that I have a problem with it. I'm just... Please make the decision. He'll just hold her hands.
Yeah. She'll just kind of put a... like, tell him to just shh. Listen. You hear her?
He'll close his eyes. What am I listening for?
The moon. She's quieter than the sun. But if you listen very carefully,
his eyes and listen. You're gonna have to teach me to listen to her. How about we do this tomorrow morning? You and I take the time to talk tonight, get to know each other. Just, I don't even know how old you are, or what your favorite color is, your favorite song, what makes you cry, what makes you laugh. I'd like to know you a little bit better. It's not going to change my conviction in doing this, just... You deserve that, you know? And I'll smile at her.
she looks confused for a second, and then will mimic his smile and be like, I don't know the answer to most of those, but if that's what you wish.
Yeah. You want to take a walk on the beach? We'll kind of like motion. The club is on the island, so it's on, like, Miami Beach isn't far.
Oh yes, I can find you a shell, a fallen star, like I found for my first friend.
I have a fallen star.
You do? Well, then I'll have to find you something else.
He'll hold his finger up and he'll kind of fish through his bag for a second. And he'll pull out like a little like handkerchief, like that's like red. And he'll open it up and hold it up to her.
And she'll look at it. Is it just a handkerchief?
No, there's a meteorite inside of it.
Oh.
Do you want it?
I will find you another fallen star, and then we can trade.
Okay. Come on, let's go. And he'll hold her hand, not like with the fingers laced, but like palm to palm.
Mhm.
And he'll kind of give her a little pull.
Yeah, I should go with him.
And he'll leave with her. And her mother, again, his mother is just kind of like, what the fuck did we do? What the absolute literal shit fuck did we do? And she'll just shake her head and just kind of go back to paying attention to the assembled group.
Yeah, Father, never mind. They're going to do it in the morning. Yeah, give your puppy some love for me. And I will see you at court. All right. Bye.
So
Rose will lean over and nudge. Or Rocky will lean over and nudge Rose.
Hmm?
And she's gonna like scoot to the edge of the table and kind of pull up her shirt and like point at her belly.
Rose is gonna like put her hands over her mouth and go, and then touch Rocky's belly.
she has the teeniest little bitty bump.
I wonder if I'm gonna crack.
I don't think you're gonna crack. You'll be fine.
I don't know. I've never. Well, and
Yeah, I know, but you're not gonna crack. You'll be fine.
What would stretch marks on porcelain look like? Like cracks. I'm gonna crack.
Oh, just Rose shakes her head.
Eventually, the Magi contingent will stand up, and Celeste will nod at Jasmine and Fiona, and the rest of them less so than those two, because they were kind of the most vocal during all of that. Her husband seems to be a little more gregarious than her, and kind of nod and just kind of he'll say some parting things and stuff like that. And they will take their leave. Once they leave, by the way, Sam will just kind of lean on the counter of the bar, like, "Well, that was awkward."
By the way, there's a body behind your bar. Vox just calls really breathily as she's like cleaning up.
Whose?
She just kind of does a non-committal hand gesture.
Again?
Not tea.
Oh, okay, whatever. He'll just shrug. That's fine. He'll dig around and he'll pull out a bottle of Jägermeister, kind of put it on the bar.
Rocky's gonna look at it longingly.
What, for my racist ain't here no more?
For the alcohol that she can't drink.
No, the bottle is for the racist. What ain't here no more? So yeah, he'll look over at Milo and he'll smile.
To all the happy couples, and she'll raise her drink and toast.
When Rocky says that, Vox is kind of gags a little.
Rose will smile and raise her glass.
Let's see, we have these two recently married, Cassandra about to be married, then Rose and me. Now the only two people missing are... And she looks between the two people who are currently still in the room. who aren't engaged or in a relationship that she's aware of at the moment?
Jasmine will shrug. What else?
I thought Jasmine left to.
Apparently I didn't because I was told that I was waved goodbye to, so I guess I'm still here.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you weren't here, then they didn't wave goodbye to you. I'm sorry. Then you left.
No, it's fine. I can be here. It's not really a big deal. Yeah. She'll just kind of shrug. Doesn't bother me too much.
Are you guys ready to wrap up?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So, with that, I will end the scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching.